Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video, but we're going to talk about Disney, we're going to talk about Hulu, and we're going to talk about the check clearing. Disney had to write an $8.5 billion check for Hulu, and they still owe more money beyond that, reportedly. This is just the beginning. Disney is bleeding out money at the box office. They're bleeding out money on Disney Plus. They just had several massive misfires at the box office month after month. The Marvels was a huge failure. Wish was a huge failure. Before that, they had flops like Indiana Jones, which I forgot came out this year. They had Ant-Man and the Wasp. So many others. Pixar movies have failed just in the last year. Like they've lost billions of dollars, and now to buy the rest of Hulu, they got to cut a check for $8.5 billion, and they might owe another $5 billion beyond that, depending on what the valuation is. So we're going to talk about this. This is not a good situation for Disney. Like, seriously, this company is going to wind up in the worst shape they've been in decades because of a series of very, very poor decisions. And they were Bob Iger's decisions. To put them in debt for Hulu, that was Bob Iger. To overpay for Fox, that was Bob Iger. To greenlight a lot of the shit that has bombed at the box office, that was Bob Iger. Or he put people in charge that greenlit that shit that bombed at the box office. Chapek wasn't there long enough to do the kind of damage that they want to blame him for. He was there for a couple of years. And it takes years and years to fail this catastrophically. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. No woohoos in this video. She will be back. She's out and about. It's holiday shopping time, I guess. That's what's going on today. This is coming from Light Reading. Disney's $8.5 billion check for Hulu stake has cleared, Comcast president says. Yeah, the value of Comcast's 33% stake in Hulu is expected to go well beyond that figure following an appraisal process for the popular streaming service. Now, originally Hulu was owned by equal thirds Disney, Fox, and Comcast. And then when Disney bought Fox, they got the other 33% that belonged to Fox, or 34%. I don't know who owned that 34. There had to be a 34 in there somewhere, but they had 2/3 of Hulu, and then Comcast had the remaining third because it was like, ABC, NBC, Fox, channels. And now they're just going to buy out the rest of it from Comcast. So Hulu is basically going to be Disney's streaming service. And eventually I think Disney Plus and Hulu will merge into one thing, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know how they're going to pay for that. I don't know why they're paying for it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why they're paying for Hulu. I don't know why they paid what they paid to build Disney Plus when they could have bought something like Tubi, which was already ready to go and had a lot of the capabilities that Disney Plus had. And it cost a fraction of what it cost to build Disney Plus. But, whatever. Apparently, Bob Iger didn't think the money was ever going to run out. And even if it did, it wasn't his problem, right? He was going to cut and run until he came back, which I still don't fully understand why he came back. Comcast coffers grew considerably late last week as the company started to collect on the sale of its 1/3 stake in the Hulu streaming service to the Walt Disney Company. So they just had to cough up $8.5 billion. We collected an $8.5 billion check on Friday, December 1st. The check cleared. I'm surprised it didn't bounce. It's in the accounts. That pays for Epic Universe. So yeah, that check has cleared, but apparently they're on the hook for more than that. Depends on the evaluation. They're evaluating Hulu, and they're saying it could be worth $45 billion, which means Disney might have to cough up another $5 billion. Okay, at least, if it's valued at $45 billion, according to the information. So they're on the hook for a lot of money. Word of the check clearance arrives a month after Disney announced it expects to pay Comcast, NBC Universal at least $8.61 billion for the remaining stake. That figure reflects a $27.5 billion floor value for Hulu established in 2019. Now they're saying it could be valued $45 billion. Billion. That figure reflects a $27.5 billion floor value for Hulu, which means that they could be, if it's worth $45 billion as being rumored, then Disney's on the hook for another $5 billion. And they've lost that just in the last year in movies. Like, this is the worst possible time for Disney to have to cough up that kind of money. And when they made this deal, I'm sure they thought that they were going to still be on top of the world. You know, it kind of reminds me of, well, it's very appropriate, right? It's Christmas time. It reminds me of Christmas Vacation when Clark committed to buy that swimming pool thinking he was going to get a Christmas bonus, and all he got was the Jelly of the Month Club. These box office bombs, these have been Disney's Jelly of the Month Club, right? It's a bomb after bomb after bomb. And I don't think they have the money. I think they're going to have to borrow it. But they're on the hook for it because they signed paperwork, right? So they have to pay it. So they're going to be in the hole, you know, what, $13-14 billion to pay for the rest of Hulu? They said it's going to conclude sometime in 2024. Comcast chairman CEO Brian Roberts previously has characterized Hulu as a scarce kingmaker asset that would draw massive attention if it were to become available in a traditional auction. I don't believe that. I don't think Hulu is worth as much as it used to. It's just a shell, right? It's a shell that hosts content, and it's got some live TV, but a lot of that stuff is probably going to be pulled. I can't imagine that a lot of these. Look, you actually get more channels technically on Roku TV for free, or on Freevee or any of these other like free streaming services, and a lot of people I think are migrating over there. Lots more channels. Now you don't get your like NBC, CBS, ABC, all that stuff, but I don't know what they're going to have left after this deal anyway, because I could totally see Universal pulling NBC off of there. I don't know. Broadband sub growth is still a goal according to Comcast, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so there we go, guys. Disney on the hook for billions of dollars. Let's just look at these flops. Look at how much money they've lost. This is coming from Forbes. This is in August. This is before they failed with Wish, before they failed with the Marvels. They lost money, let's see here. They lost money on Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. They lost money on The Little Mermaid. They lost money on Indiana Jones. And they put Secret Invasion on here too. I guess Secret Invasion cost as much as a movie. I mean, this is not good, guys. They have lost money on, other than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I am pretty sure Disney has lost money on every damn movie it's released this year. Haunted Mansion, Little Mermaid. Let's see, what else do we have in there? I feel like we had a Pixar movie in there. Oh yeah, Elemental. I guess eventually it made money, but it took a while. Last year they had massive failure with Lightyear and Strange World. Do they have this kind of money laying around? I don't know. You know what's going to happen, right? They're going to raise the rates on everything because they got to come up with this money somehow. So you're going to bleed the Disney diehards. They're going to start upcharging in the parks again. They're going to jack up their Hulu prices, which are already outrageous. Hulu is already almost $100 a month now, I think, something like that. And when we first got Hulu and we cut the cord, we thought we were cutting the cord. And we cut the cord, it was about $35 a month. And now we're looking at as much as we paid for Dish or whatever we had before. We had Dish, I think. Or DirecTV. We had DirecTV. We're paying almost as much as we were paying for DirecTV back then. Plus, we have all these other, HBO Max and Netflix and all that other stuff, too. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'd love to know where Disney thinks they're going to get this money. They think they're going to get the money from you. They think you're an ATM machine. They think you're a piggy bank. So they're going to get the money from you somehow. Guaranteed. All their prices are going to go up to pay for this. Meanwhile, Comcast is going to use this to bankroll Epic Universe. And they're sitting pretty. So I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.